go get these 3 items. You know, I'm a guy that like to simplify things. And in simplifying things, basically making things easier on ourselves, on our families, on our household members, I believe there are 3 items right now that you definitely need to get. And I may give a 4th wild card in there, or a runner-up, I guess you can say. But 3 items you definitely need to have in your home right now, immediately. Go get it right now. You know, with inflation the way it is, with availability or the non-availability of certain items, I definitely think we need to focus on 3 things right now. And actually, I would say this: 3 items, I would say that has nothing to do with home security, because there are certain items I would definitely recommend for home security. But right now, we're just talking about items that we need, you know, for our physical well-being, as far as health, nourishment, right? I would always say right now, number 1 always has to be water. You have to have plenty of water, or a way to get water, a source for water. You know, get your bottled waters. You know, if you can go buy, I mean, let's be honest, in most areas, a 24 pack of water is going to cost you anywhere between $3.50 and $5, let's say. It shouldn't be extremely hard to go buy at least 3 more extra cases of water per week. 2 or 3 extra cases of water per week. Shouldn't be hard. Because the price is cheap. Also, you may want to have your water filters in your home, whether it's a portable water filter that you can carry with you, or one that you actually put on your sink in home. You definitely want to make sure you have that. And also, I would say, look around, scope out areas where, if you don't have access to water at home, where can you go get it from? You know, where is a water source near where you can say, you know what, I can go get water here, if need be. You know, in a particular SHTF scenario, all the bottled water's gone. You know, my filter, yeah, I have it, but for some reason, you know, our water is not working. So that's not, you know, maybe it's turned off, maybe it's not even healthy, who knows? But where can I get water from? So when you're out shopping, riding around, going to the movies, whatever it is you may be doing, always look for areas where you can find water. Even if it's a situation where it may not be the cleanest of water, but water you can get and bring it back home and filter it or whatever. That's the first thing. Especially now, in most areas of the country, it's been hotter this summer than it's ever been. Therefore, more people are buying water. Like, there are stores I go into now where you can literally go in there and you can see the delivery trucks come in, and they literally might have 200 cases of water. And before the day is over, you go in there again and you only have maybe 30 cases of water left. Like, that's how much people are buying water right now. Number 2 on the list, I would say canned foods. Now, I know the price has gone up a little, but remember, you're not shopping right now as you would normally shop in most times. Most times we would go out, and for those who can afford it, we would get the name brand products. Right now, when you're buying for pantry, for stock, I wouldn't necessarily focus on name brand products. Focus on what you can afford right now, what you can get, and also what's available, right? I would focus on that. Make sure you get plenty of them. Now, as a backup to that, and I know sometimes, if you're bunkering in, canned goods, canned foods is the place to go. But you also may want to invest in a dehydrator, and also try to invest in a way to vacuum seal some of your foods. And the reason why I say that, you want to give yourself options. If you're bunkering in, like I said, canned foods, beans, canned vegetable, canned meat, like your chilies and even your soups and things like that, tuna, things like that. That's great. Spam, everyone loves spam, right? That's great. But what happens if you cannot stay in that particular spot or that shelter for long? Then you're going to need something to take with you on the go. That's where your freeze-dried foods will come in hand. Your items that you may have vacuum sealed. That's where those things will come in hand. Because if you're on the move, yeah, I know canning and having things in jars and everything, that's great when you're bunkering in. But if you're on the go and you really need to move, that's just gonna add weight to your bug out bag or your go bag, whatever you want to call it. That's just gonna add weight to it. So you can't really carry that, right? So that's why I say, as a backup to canned foods, dehydrate your foods, vacuum seal some things. And one more thing that you might want to have as number 3 on the list: as much medications as you could possibly get. You know what your family needs. Of course, if you're on medication right now, you definitely want to make sure you have a good supply of that medication. See if you can get 90 days, 180 day supply, whatever you may need. Now, for those who are on medication, let me tell you this. Here's the good part about certain things that are going on now. No doctor's going to tell you this, but I believe, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a quote unquote health expert or scientist or anything like that. So this is really just kind of for entertainment purposes only, but I believe the best way to do away with certain medical conditions is by fasting. And you got to take something that people meant for bad and turn it into good. Food shortages are meant for bad. You turn it into good by training your body to, let's say, only eat 1 meal a day. Some people call it OMAD. And only eat certain things. That's how you turn what people meant for bad into good. So I've seen people, like I said, I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a, I'm not a nutritionist, anything like that, but I have known people to cure lots of common diseases and illnesses by fasting. Let's say they get up and, they get up in the morning and they don't eat anything till maybe like 7 or 8 in the evening. And you got to work your way up to that. You just can't, most people just can't just start off and just do that. But what it does is it allows your body to heal itself, right? So that's what I would do in that situation. I would take care of those 3 items first. Not saying that those are the only 3 items that's necessary, but when it comes to your physical or health, your well-being, those are the 3 things I would focus on right now. Water, or source for water, a water source, which is number one. Number two, canned foods, or as a backup, if you can't, if you don't want to do canned foods, dehydrate your foods and freeze dry some things that make it easier to take on the go with you. Make it easier to store. Gives you more room. And number three, medications, whether it's prescription or over the counter. Get what you need. Even some medications, tablets and pills and things like that, capsules, things like that, you can actually freeze dry those. Not freeze dry, but vacuum seal those. You can vacuum seal those and make sure, hopefully they last a little longer that way. I'm not for sure. Like I said, I haven't done it before, but I have known people who have done it. They'll get like a bottle of, let's say, aspirin, and what they'll do is they will take it out of the bottle and actually vacuum seal it into little packs and use it that way. Therefore, you won't have to have the extra weight of carrying bottles with you. But also, let's say you're in a situation where you don't want noise. Because if you have pill bottles in a backpack or a purse or bag, whatever, it's gonna rattle. But if you vacuum seal it, it's not gonna be much noise. So those are my recommendations on that. And please like, share, subscribe. Share this video with people out there who may not know this. It seemed like a common sense thing, but I'm not so sure common sense really exists that much anymore. But like I said, please like, share, subscribe, comment. And as always, get ready, stay ready. God bless.